Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about the strategies you can take to developing your own art style. So, how can you find your art style?
The question of the ages.
Well, luckily there's no right or wrong answer, and I even have 3 doors for you to choose from, and the last one I think you'll love. But real quick, I said in last week's video I was gonna start storyboarding something more dynamic with my own characters, Rambo and Marty. But this time, I'm gonna start to draw them in the background of this video. There's kinda nothing more to say when it comes to getting better at storyboarding other than just start drawing. And you'll get better through time and practice. But maybe I'll release a video on how to draw fast, since I do feel like that's a skill I gained that really helped me storyboard characters very quickly. But for now, maybe just take some visual notes on how I storyboard this wacky chase scene of Rambo and Marty trying to get back their winning lotto ticket. Now back to the video. So let's go ahead and look into door number 1. Door number 1 is finding your art parents. Because you know what they say, choose your parents wisely. So what that means is you should find 2 visually different artists that will help you influence your style. So for example, my art parents back in say high school were Frank Frazetta and Don Martin. Now why? Because I really loved the colors and the way Frazetta would render his paintings. And I was so into rendering and adding shadows and all that. But I didn't want to draw realistic characters. I wanted to draw stylized cartoon characters like Don Martin. So imagine rendering a cartoon character. I thought that was like the best of both worlds. I also wanted to get into drawing cartoons, but I was so intimidated by cartoons like Ren and Stimpy. The faces and poses in that show were just so over the top, and I was like, that looks so hard to draw. How do you even think of that stuff? Cartoons are so hard because you have to draw things that don't exist. You're not copying a photo of real life, you're cartooning. But seeing 70s cartoons like Schoolhouse Rock was very inspiring because, oh okay, yeah, that looks so much easier to draw. So from then on, I started looking at Frazetta's art as inspiration on making characters and dynamic scenes and lighting. Characters which look cartoony like the style of Don Martin. Now it's important to mention, you're not copying or tracing over these artists and literally combining them like a collage. You're taking aspects of what you like in each artist, in each of your art parents, that will point you to a direction of things you like. Cause it can be hard to really pinpoint what you like sometimes. Maybe you like the bold graphic line of Jamie Howlett, the main artist from the band Gorillaz, but you like coloring in the style of Van Gogh. Let your favorite artist point you in the direction leading towards your style. After I found my art parents, I looked at many images of their art and practiced drawing cartoon characters and coloring, but eventually I just stopped looking at their work and I just kept refining my drawings that I was pumping out. So having art parents was a great start, but as a rebellious teen, you gotta later stop listening to them and just do your own thing. I believe the YouTube channel Proco and their podcast Draftsman explored this topic. They were actually the ones that named this Finding Your Art Parents, which is exactly what I did as a kid, so it's so funny that there's actually a name for this process. Up next, behind door number 2, we have explore many different styles and mediums. So kind of similar to door number 1, except you're not limiting yourself to only 2 artists. You can explore many different styles and mediums, drawing with traditional mediums, drawing in a Western or Japanese style. Is it a cute style or more gritty punk style? Are you going for something more realistic, cartoony, abstract? The list goes on. And if you've scrolled through hours and hours on Pinterest or Instagram looking at art, then congratulations, you're already doing some great research. So whatever style you find pleasing, start mimicking it and drawing something in that style just to see if it clicks with you. Also, I don't think it's a bad idea if you want to copy an artwork, just don't post it. And I don't mean tracing, because that doesn't do anything but test how well you can go over a line. I mean trying to be in that artist's head for a moment. For example, I was really good at doing figure drawings, but other than drawing the figure, there's just so many different styles to figure drawing and I just wanted my drawings to look a little bit more appealing. So I found an artist that I liked and he was recording himself drawing. And I took that as an opportunity to analyze and pretend I was just him for a moment. I should mimic the way he grabs his pencil, the way he moves his arm around, the way he switches from curves to straight lines. And I just started to understand why he was doing it that way. I wanted to adopt good habits and mannerisms. And so from then on, I now use my whole arm to draw, and not just my wrist. And I'm more aware of my economy of lines, which is like how many lines you put down and how many of them are curves or not. But again, at the end of the day, you're just trying to practice, adopt good habits or ideas that will help you grow as an artist. Then finally, in the last door number 3, we have do nothing. Like really, like just don't do anything. Like don't even think about trying to obtain your style. Just focus on drawing for fun. You shouldn't force it because creativity is something that should come out naturally. So let yourself loose and just draw whatever you want. It's just like trying to force yourself to have a different accent or reading a book on how to be funny. Like, you just can't force it. I think throughout my journey as an artist, I applied all 3 of these strategies to myself. After a while, you just stop overthinking about it and instead you just start thinking about making rad art. So I hope all of this wasn't too confusing and made sense, because I know I can keep rambling on and on about these things. And if you have questions on this video or future art videos that you want to see, comment them down below. October is just right around the corner, so I'll be focusing on drawing every day for 31 days my favorite horror movies. And every week I'll also share to you guys a spooky comic I highly recommend reading. So be sure to subscribe and stay tuned. Thank you guys again for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.